In this new episode of Docker, we are Dockerizing one more web framework, which is React. React is a library. It cannot be considered as a framework. So I have installed the container tools from Microsoft for this particular video. We are making progress. We have to speed up the development. So we are moving from the basics to having few tools that can help with the development. So what I will show you is that what I have for this particular video, the setup. The setup is being made with a create React app. I have the basic version, whatever is being installed at the start, it is present here. I have made few changes in the app.tsx alone. You can see it is very much similar to the Angular video which we had earlier. This video will not focus more on the Nginx configuration, how we are going to change it, but it will in fact tell you how to handle it for a React application. So we have a Docker ignore. The Docker ignore shows a few of the files that are present that should not be included in the Dockerizing, and I will give the npm run start to show you what this particular application has. It simply has a simple screen that has 2 lines, React execution using Docker, and there are few emojis. So now that it is done, I will stop the local server, and now let's start Dockerizing it. Dockerizing it needs 2 steps. It needs to have an Nginx configuration, as well it needs to have the full Dockerfile. So for this Nginx configuration, what we can do, we can actually copy and paste most of the commands from the Angular one. So the first step would be to listen on port 3001. I have given it here, and then followed by the server name, which in fact is going to be localhost. You should strictly follow using semicolons everywhere, and then followed by the root user /share/nginx/html. So next we will have to mention the index files. Then we have to mention the location. The location followed by slash, and then it should which kind of files it should look for. It should look for URI slash, and then followed by slash index.html. So now that our server configuration is clean, we will move on to the Dockerfile. The Dockerfile, it is again going to be a multi-stage Dockerfile. The build stage will include the from command. It is going to be exactly the similar one, except the build paths, where it is going to change for the React. We will tell the work directory to be app, and then followed by copy package.json, package log.json to the root. If you can clearly see there, we are getting few suggestions while we are typing. Those are because of the plugin that we have installed already. It will in fact show corrections if we had it. In case if you're having Copilot, it might help you a lot, but this container tools also helps, especially for the Docker files. And we will give the npm run build, and the next stage. Next stage should be for the Nginx. The Nginx stage will have the Nginx image, followed by the copy command. In the previous video, I have told you that we instead of removing the default configuration, we can copy the Nginx configuration directly to the default. So we are going to follow that methodology here, and the next one we are going to copy the files that are actually built from the build stage. What is the folder that is being present, app/build, to the nginx/html. So we will expose the port 3001, and then we will give the same command, which is nginx fng daemon off. Now that it is done, we will save it, and we will go to the terminal, and then we can actually start building the Docker app. Docker build -t gallery app dot with it builds the image, You can see it is actually caching each and every step to make the build faster each time. First time only it will take a lot of time. The second time it will be very much faster. Then I am going to run it on port 3001, and now you can see there is some error in the directive in valid number of arguments. Okay, now it's time for us to debug to fix this. So it is actually showing some issue in the configuration. Yeah, we have missed a semicolon there. We will try to build it again. In fact, I'm sure this time all the issues are resolved. So we have the worker process started, and at 3001 we have the application running, but this time inside a Docker container. So now let's see what are the containers that we have running, and that is very much enough for this video, and we have stopped it. So see you in another video where we will be dockerizing Nginx.